Thank you very much. Just give me a quick idea of who's Estonian here and who's a foreigner. All right. Well, happy to be here. My name is Ülane and I work for the Estonian government's innovation initiative called e-Residency. Here are my slides. Yep. I don't know where I should be standing to actually see the slides as well. So first of all, let me start by telling you this. Why should you start a business in Estonia? One of the ways to answer this question would be to list all the great indexes and numbers and things. And you know what? Estonia is a really competitive nation. So if we win, it's a competition. If we don't win, it was never a competition. So we love being first in things, but I don't think you care much about this. We care because, if we get to be better than Latvia, we're really happy. But something you maybe should care about is that if you go and Google German billionaires, then you'll see a picture like this, right? A bunch of middle-aged men with gray hair. If you Google Estonian billionaires, you get something like this. You get something like this. And what does it say about Estonia? Obviously, it says that we're a very young country. We've only been independent for 33 years. 33 years. Yeah, I think I'm correct. But it also says that wealth and opportunities in Estonia are a little bit more open to different parts of the society. So we don't have this old money in Estonia. Young people can actually go out and do great things. What does this have to do with e-Residency now? E-Residency is something that actually gives non-residents of Estonia access to the same ecosystem that built Wise, that built Bolt, that built Pipedrive, and all these companies. So if you have one of these plastic, where did I lose mine? E-Residency cards, then you actually get to register a company in Estonia by not even physically being here. So you could go online and you could just do it. It also gives you digital signature, which is as strong as a real handwritten signature. You can run your business from anywhere. I frequently fill out my tax declarations in the bathroom or in other places where I'm, in a hurry. And then you can join a community of like-minded entrepreneurs. So for us, e-residents also mean a very passionate group of entrepreneurs that do interesting things. So what is e-Residency? E-Residency is a digital ID that is issued by the Estonian government. It is an access to our e-services. And just to give you a small introduction about how the e-services in Estonia work, when I had my last child, I went online and I named the kid online by using my digital signature, by using my digital ID. I named the kid and said, who's the father? The father then receives a notification. You've been marked as the father of this child. You can now accept or refuse. It was our fourth, so he didn't refuse. And then now the Social Security Department gets to registration, and what they do is that they send me out a notification saying, you have this new baby now. Now you're eligible for all these things. Log in, tick the boxes, say what you want, who's going to be at home with the baby. And again, it's all kind of done digitally, and you log in with the same ID. So e-residents can actually enjoy some of these things the same way. But it's mainly tied to the business side. So what you do is that you have a digital ID to log into the Estonian Business Registry, register a company, log into the tax board that was mentioned in the previous panel, declare your taxes, pay your taxes, do it all online. But there's also a couple of things e-Residency is not, and this is really important. It is not a travel document. It gives you literally no citizenship to Estonia visa, to Schengen or Estonia. It doesn't give you tax residency automatically. It doesn't give you a business or a personal bank account together with the e-Residency card. So this is important to note. And why do business in Estonia? Just a couple of stories. Ease. When I say it's easy to do business in Estonia, I'll just give you a story that illustrates this. An Estonian startup, Salto X, which is founded by one of the Pipedrive first founders, Ragnar Sess, was having difficulty in motivating their remote team with share options. And they actually built a business that took the Estonian model of having it really, really, really simple to give your employees share options, and they built a service around that with smart contracts. And so basically this is kind of a strange situation where to be in, where the government inspires a business, and not in a negative way. Because usually we build services because we're frustrated with the government. So it's really easy to do business in Estonia. Trust, the digital ID of Estonian government is nothing like DocuSign, where you don't really know who received the link and who wrote their name in the box. Why? Because when we give this ID out to you, our police and border guard performs a background check. Then we take your fingerprints when you get the ID. We look at your actual photo document and we see that you are really you. So it's really, really trustworthy. Opportunity. It was mentioned in the last panel. Estonia punches above its weight in VC funding per capita. And some of that positive image of wise and bold, if your company going out and raising investments. And community, it will reflect on you as well, going out and raising investments. And community, I have never met an entrepreneur I didn't want to have a beer with. So it's a community of now have started over 30,000 companies in Estonia who have made Estonia their base, who have started over 30,000 companies in Estonia. So it's not a small number. This is something you don't want. And honestly, 10 years ago, I was raising capital for my own startup. I was building a travel website. And the most time-consuming part about getting the round closed was when our investors who didn't have e-Residency cards or Estonian ID cards, when they printed, signed, scanned, or sent by mail the documents. And then all the Estonians, they just signed everything digitally. So this is still happening. This is 2 years ago. So this is still happening, even though COVID made things a little better. Like I said, if we win, it is a competition. If we don't win, it was never a competition. So we don't actually benchmark ourselves with Germany. We benchmark ourselves with the places where innovative companies really do and register. So you can just see some of the things where we score really well. It's cheap and it's low red tape, just to summarize. We also take pride in having the most competitive tax system for 10 years in a row. Estonia has quite minimal tax regulation, and most of people that I know who own companies, they do not have a tax consultant. They can do with an accountant. Our corporate income tax system is quite unique. In 2000 or 2001, we made the decision to try and motivate foreign direct investments to come into Estonia by removing corporate income tax from profits that were paid annually. So we only tax profits that are paid out as dividends. So this is something very unique, because if you keep the profit in the company and you use it to develop it further, then it's actually not taxed on an annual basis. When I say that to Germans or when I say that to Americans, this is something that doesn't compute when I say that to Germans or when I say that to Americans, that you can actually get in touch with the tax board and you can ask questions and they are not gonna bite. So they are very friendly, and it's actually totally fine to email non-resident@emta.ee, which is the designated email for non-Estonian entrepreneurs. From e-Residency team side, what we do is that we cater for those English-speaking foreign entrepreneurs, and we have created quite a few good resources. One of them is our marketplace. So you can find all the companies that can help you with company establishment, running it, accounting. You need to change shareholders, whatever you need to do, they are there to help you, and they all speak English. And another thing that we recently did is that we actually put together a page about all the funding opportunities that are open to also e-resident founders. I talked to an Estonian entrepreneur once who said that, why do I have to know like who gives out a grant and where I could apply for some kind of funding or help or mentoring. Why can't they be all together on one page? So now Estonian entrepreneurs still don't have this. They have to know where you can actually find all accelerators, incubators, for English-speaking e-resident entrepreneurs. So you can actually find all accelerators, incubators, other different programs, VC funds, everything in there, dependent on what your company stage is. But don't take my word for it, because I actually get paid to say these things. Yeah. So take the word from one of our e-resident entrepreneurs. Algan is from Sri Lanka, and he has built a company that employs hundreds of people by today. It actually saved his company around COVID time, because he could start selling to Sweden and other European countries by establishing in Estonia. And he's really thankful to Estonia for having these opportunities. So we have a number of e-residents who actually openly are willing to talk about their experiences as well, which means that I think we do have a great product. So what next? I would invite you all to come again in May to Latitude 59 system study trip for startup founders that are organizing a ecosystem study trip for startup founders that are either already e-residents or they're interested in becoming an e-resident and starting a company in Estonia. So please do join that. You can find it on Eventbrite. And before you know it, you'll be building your business here. You can also scan my LinkedIn profile code, so I could help you find the right people to answer all your questions, and just talk to me and find out if e-residency is the best option for you as well. Or I am also pretty honest, so I'll tell you if you're running a hotel chain somewhere in Spain, I'll tell you that it's not going to work. All right, thank you very much.